Previously on Hackway Heights.
Mr. Dick, I'm sick of owing you money. You've ruined my life, and now I'm gonna end yours. I don't think anybody would begrudge me if I had a late night snack.
We might have a bit more bravery if we didn't just see a man get mangled.
Well, I don't think anyone wants to look for us here.
We really know how to pick up.
I know that it is not easy to walk up to the steps of Count Vexenhall. It is the best sleep you ever had.
This place is about as convenient as you could get. If it weren't for all the dead bodies in the basement, it would be pretty perfect.
A giant egg falls from the sky and crashes into the travelator.
Tremolo takes his violin out and he starts to play the most beautiful song that he can think of.
You hear a hack pull up behind you. Hey, what are you guys doing?
Put my hand on the stake.
It's okay. Move along.
You feel like you have found some kind of power to make sure people listen to what you have to say. And the sale says, dicks, skirts, and furs. This dick will treat you right.
Oh, dear.
But he's not a villain.
He's not a villain.
It is episode 8 of Out of Depth Plays Hackway Heights, an electric Bastionland RPG actual play. What that means is that we're playing a game and telling a story and having a hell of a lot of fun. And before I get into this game, I have to shout out to Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, whoever the one person is that decided to listen to an episode of our podcast in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. You're our first person from Pennsylvania to listen to the show. And if you make it all the way from episode 0, the character creation episode, if you make it to this episode right now, I'm talking to you. And I just want you to know, I appreciate you. And I'm glad you made it this far. But if you listened to that character creation episode and thought, this isn't for me, then you're missing out. Because it got better. You missed out. But if you didn't stop, shoot me an email. Head over to getoutofdepth.com. Click the little email thing. Send me an email saying, hey, that was me. And I'll say, thanks for sticking with us. I appreciate it. Now, we had a rousing pre-show that featured conversations about Freddy vs. Jason, the movie Showgirls, and Nathan's crush on Yasmin Bleeth, which we're not going to get too deep into, if at all. But it really, I think, ignited some passion and excitement in this group. It focused our powers and our fury on what is going to be episode 8. We only have 5 episodes left, counting this one. That's how many episodes of Attack on Titan are left right now. At the time of this recording.
We haven't even gotten into that. We should really sidebar on Attack on Titan.
We should really sidebar on Attack on Titan. But we cannot, because we have to press forward, because last week, Tremolo went to go get a job in the middle of this campaign. We're talking about job applications and tax forms. That's what we were doing.
Did you fill out your W-4?
Did you fill it out? Did you bring your social? Did you bring your social? And then Sallie and Nezzy went to go infiltrate the Hackway. They were able to break the lock off of a gate leading to one of these dynamos that powers the Hackway, or portions of the Hackway, at great cost, because it ended up breaking Sally's pitchfork
And while they were standing there in daylight, or in the middle of the day, in front of all these other hacks that were driving by, somebody stopped. Say, hey, what are you guys doing? And Sallie, channeling some kind of supernatural energy from this stake that she had used to kill a vampire child at Gossamer Park, told him to move along in a very scary voice, and he complied. And Nezzy, you just watched that happen. And that's where we left off last episode, and that is where we pick up right now. The door is open, and Sallie just did something you've never seen before. So, Nezzy, what do you want to do?
By Squirrely's beard. What was that?
Told him to move along.
That was not the normal way one says that. What was that voice? Where did that come from?
Did I hear a voice?
It sounded normal to you.
No.
It sounded like you were very confident.
Are you making fun of my accent?
When you told him to move along, your voice sounded like a damned demon. I've never heard anything like that.
Oh, Nezzy, that's mean.
I'm just saying. I think you know something happened that wasn't natural. That man moved along like he didn't have...
No, I said it with a lot of force. I think a lot of women don't, assert themselves enough, and maybe you're just not used to that.
No, we've had stories of some vampires, some aliens. We both know there are things that are happening that we can't explain. You can be honest with me, Sally. You can.
Well, okay. I mean, I just felt a strong urge to tell him to move along, and I told him to move along.
So you got some kind of power now?
I don't think so.
Sally, if you can control minds, our day is going to get so much easier. This is great news.
Let me test it out. Okay. Let me try. Okay.
Yeah.
Hop on one foot.
Sally, are you holding the stake in your hand?
Yeah, still.
Still, yeah.
Yeah.
Nezzy, make a charisma save. And Nezzy's charisma is the highest of everybody in the group at, I believe, 13?
Yeah. That's a 9.
Yeah.
So I'm fine.
Yeah.
But do I feel it? Do I feel...
You feel like an impulse to do it, but you're able to shrug it off.
Oh, that felt strange.
What?
I really wanted to hop on one foot, and I don't think it was just my inner voice. I don't know. I think you got something special there.
Okay. All right. Well,
but it also means if I'm not able to do it, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work, no matter whenever you use it. But
good point.
My gosh.
Which that's kind of good. I kind of don't want to be able to control it.
The world was so normal a few days ago.
It was, wasn't it? I feel like everything went tits up when we left prison. All right.
Well, we shouldn't hang around a broken gate for too much longer.
No,
let's head in.
Let's get inside. Yep, let's go.
You all walk in. You like the hairs on your arms kind of stand up when you get into the room with this large saucer-shaped structure. And Nezzy, you can immediately see the same kind of vault hatch on the ground nearby.
Nezzy's going to pull out his key card, try and insert it the same way that Felina did.
You do so, you hear some clicking, and then it spits the card back out. And you can hear it unlock. You're able to turn the vault handle, and it releases itself and opens up.
Oh my gosh, good work.
Buckle up, let's head on down.
All right.
You both climb down. The ladder goes about 20 feet, and you find yourself inside this tunnel. There's like eerie hums, and you can hear the clicking of metal echoing throughout this corridor. About 20 feet down this corridor, you can see a wall and a door, or you see a door in the wall. Nezzy, you recognize that as similar to one of those workrooms that featured those automatons that work on the underside of the dynamo.
Mm-hmm. Think we should go through that door then.
Now, you also know that doesn't lead, it's just a room. So what is it that you're wanting to achieve down here?
Part of it is just kind of seeing what we can find. If we can find like a map, and also figure out the schedule of deliveries of if they are on automatic schedule that we can't control, when are these drop-offs and pickups occurring? Specifically to...
So you're looking for... Okay, so you're looking for maybe a map, maybe some way of trying to program these automatons to lead you where you need to go. Any type of clues to help connect you to
What was that? Mail?
A manual.
A manual. Anything that can kind of clue you in on how you can get access to the Premium Industrial Transport Tunnel.
Right.
Otherwise known as the Pit. I did that without looking, I remember. And maybe even allow you to navigate that, because you know that navigating that, pretty much anything down here is kind of difficult. Right. So you make your way to the door, and it again requires that same kind of key card. You're able to use it. It opens up, and inside, Sallie, for the first time in your life, you see these little wiry figures. I had mentioned before that they kind of look like they're built out of thick, very thick wire. They look like giant paperclip people. And they're marching around. Some of them are like in a stasis. They're just sitting, while 2 or 3 are making sure stuff under the dynamo is operating correctly. But it looks like there's no kind of it's not a buzz like it was last time, Nezzy, whenever the explosion had happened and the other ones seemed to have been damaged. All this looks like kind of what just regular maintenance looks like.
I hop out like, oh my gosh, can they see us? Are they gonna remember that we were here?
I'm not. Felina seemed to act like these things had personalities of their own. So, I think we should treat them as such.
Okay.
You walk in, and the ones that are up and working don't pay attention to you. They're focused on their task.
Felina called these...
Well, they seem to be ignoring us.
Felina called these her children. She even had names for them.
Oh.
Yeah, she might not be, quite right in the head.
Who is? Huh.
I start kind of poking around, seeing if I can find any important documents or paperwork that can give us some insight. There
are some drawers and like a toolbox. There's also a radio. It looks like a old CB radio kind of console. There's a sheet of paper on top of it that has different numbers for different locations. So you can see like Dynamo 1, Dynamo 2, Dynamo 3, Dynamo 4. You can see headquarters, and you can see the frequencies necessary to call into these places. You do see some schematics. They seem kind of foreign to you guys because neither of you really have any kind of background in electronics and circuitry.
So...
I know how to break them.
Schematics, it's not like to an automatron necessarily. It's just kind of...
Well, looking through it, you can, if you look up at where they're working, you can kind of see a layout that's similar to what's on the paper. Mm. So it looks like it's something that if somebody had to manually help these automatons out, they would know what is going on. So it's just something like a layout of the circuit board above.
Oh, boy. I wish Barney was here. He'd be able to sort through this mumbo-jumbo a lot better than me. Ugh. Does any of this mean anything to you?
No. I mean, I think I could shut it down if I needed to. But I don't know that that's what we want to do right now. Is this the pit? Is this it?
No, this doesn't... from what Felina said, this doesn't seem to be the pit, but it does seem to be a place that connects to the pit. Everything down here... connected in some way.
So are we looking for like a door or another hatch or
honestly
anything like that?
I don't know what we're looking for. I'm looking for more information than we have, because if we can find out how the system works, it could be an easy way to get in or get out.
As you all are having this conversation, you hear a unfamiliar clicking sound behind you in the doorway, and you turn around. You see this, what looks like an old-timey, to us would be old-timey, to you guys it'd be like, that was last decade's camera. It looks like a camera, and it has these like fused antenna legs that it is walking on, kind of side shuffling. And when it sees you all, and you all see it, it kind of zooms in and out, and then shuffles backwards, and starts dancing down kind of scuttling, not very fast, not like it's trying to get anywhere important, scuttling down the corridor further deeper into these passages.
Did it? It looks like a camera, but and it didn't take our picture. right?
Yeah, there was no flash or anything. The camera, it's like one of those kind of accordion shaped cameras. I can't remember what those are called, but like
Yeah.
it kind of compressed in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it was focusing in on you.
Okay.
And then it started waddling down the passage.
All right, I'm gonna follow it.
Okay. Like it's actually very easy to follow.
Yeah.
You start walking down this corridor and it rounds a corner, and Nezzy, you're following, right?
I'm going to grab the CB radio and the little code sheet. And...
So the CB radio is plugged in.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like one of those big data console kind of things. Like it's a big.
We don't need to go too far. We just
It's like a laser disc player size.
Yeah.
That's a blast from the past.
Mm-hmm.
For all those laser disc fans out there.
I'll stick with Sallie.
But like if you wanted to write down or kind of commit to memory those numbers, that might be useful.
Yeah. I'll definitely take note of that. Or is it a sheet that I could?
Yeah, it's a sheet. You could fold it up and take the sheet if you wanted to.
I'm just gonna take the sheet then.
Yeah, take the sheet. Take the sheet. That's what it's there for.
Yeah, Nezzy's had too many bonks to the head for him to rely on his memory.
So you start following Sallie, and you guys round this corner, and you're just kind of, you feel it almost feels like the corridors around you, the walls around you are almost like pulsing, like with your breath.
Wow.
But it's all made of stone. It's very slight. At first you think it's your eyes like focusing. You know how when your eyes focus, there's that kind of shudder?
Yeah.
When you focus on it, you don't see the walls moving, right? It's only when you stop thinking about it that you're like, I feel like everything's shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're following this small robot, and every once in a while it'll like turn around, look at you, and then keep going.
Real still every time it turns around.
And it keeps going.
It sees movement.
It rounds another corner, and at the end of this corner is a door. And it waddles up to the door, and with its lens, it kind of taps the door. So if you can imagine like an animal tapping it with its nose, and then it turns and looks at you all and scans up and down.
Oh, no. I think we need to stop this thing.
So we should bust it? Yeah?
When you say that, it taps the door again.
All right.
Okay, I'm going up.
And then it starts waddling over towards you all, and it taps your feet.
I think it wants your key card. Is there a place to put a key card?
Yeah. Felina kind of nuzzled these robots a little bit, so I'm gonna try and like kind of give it a little stroke and be like, "Hey, buddy, do you need our help with something?"
And it waddles back to the door and taps on it again.
I'll give Sallie a look, but then I'll kind of like slowly approach the door. And
it's a gray door that looks like it's been welded together from like 6 or 7 different pieces of metal. Like you can see these fusion welding lines. Like it's a patchwork door. There's no keycard slot. It's just a steel handle that's really dented and beat up.
And this robot it has legs, but nothing grasping.
Yeah, nothing to grasp.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like 4 different antennas that have been snapped off and then just jammed underneath this camera. And that's what it's kind of shakily moving around on.
Okay.
I'm going to see if I can open this door. Just by turning the knob.
Clutch the knob and turn it, and it shifts.
I want to stand up against the wall, like, in case something pops out or anything that I won't be seen and could
in case like a burst of flames comes out and Nezzy eats this and you're good.
Not quite. I was thinking more of a person just seeing him like, hey, who's that? And like, oh, cool. They won't see me. And we'll just slam the door. And
either way, it's really all about Nezzy eating it and you not.
If one of us gets back to New York, it's going to be me.
You're like, Sally's clutching this.
You're a known terrorist. It's fine.
It's okay if we just keep stacking the heat on him.
On him.
Yeah.
Right.
Clearly the disposable one of the 3 of us.
No, well, it's just the fact that you said, okay, I'm going to go open it, and Sallie kind of just jerks back.
Yeah.
Instinctively to not be seen the way she always sneaks around. Yeah.
Okay.
Not to let Nezzy eat it. Just, it's an instinct.
Yeah. So you open this door,
And like the door handle shifts under your hand effortlessly. You're able to click it open, and it opens wide. And in front of you, you see a long corridor. It's about 10 feet wide, maybe about 60 feet or so deep. And at the other end of this corridor is another door that looks very similar to the door that you just opened. But what is very different about this room is that the walls are covered in these cameras, and they all kind of flex and move.
And are they like following us?
They look in your direction, yeah.
But as we're walking across the room, it seems like...
Do you want to enter?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we haven't gone in yet.
Yeah.
Nezzy is. Sallie, you can let him eat this too.
I don't know if I can let him eat it. But I'm super sneaky. The walls are covered. The ceiling covered?
You don't even see wall.
It's just cameras.
Yeah.
It's just cameras. Just mounds of cameras make up the length of this corridor, left to right.
Okay. I put my hood up too.
Hey, Sallie, does your mind control work on robots?
I turned to the little one that I guess is in here somewhere.
So you guys have both walked in, right?
Yes.
When you turn around, the door has closed and the little robot is gone.
Did we see where it went?
It was on the other side of the door, maybe, presumably.
I want to open the door. I open the door.
The door doesn't budge.
Wait. So the little robot went through a second door?
No. You all walked through the door you just opened.
Yeah.
You turned around.
Oh, and it didn't follow us through.
It didn't follow you through.
Presumably.
Oh dear.
And now the door's closed. And you all are inside this corridor.
Well,
I go up to try the other door because I don't like
you
being stuck.
You walk about halfway through this corridor, and on the floor you can see that there is a gap in the floor between where you're standing and the other side. So there's like a pit.
A pit.
Like a P.I.T., not necessarily a P.I.T.T. But maybe it is a P.I.T.T.
And it drops down about 15 feet.
And
the gap it's sizable, but perhaps big enough, but perhaps narrow enough that somebody with some type of athleticism could leap across.
And what do we see at the bottom of this pit?
It's blank.
Blank.
When you get close, you kind of again you feel the hairs on your arms start to stand, and there's like a hum in this area.
What do we do, Nezzy? I think I can make that jump.
Oh.
But I don't know if you can.
No, I have a bum leg from time on the seas, and I'm not sure if that gap is friendly for my legs here.
Well, maybe I can catch you. Well, let me see. Let me see if I could try the door, or we could try to go down.
Oh man, why do I feel like we just got lured into a trap? Why is there a door that only opens from one side? And what are all these things watching us? Oh, man. Oh, dear.
Well, I haven't seen a flash, and we're indoors, and so it's real hard to take a picture.
Before you all move forward anymore, what did you all bring with you down here?
So, yeah, I mean, I got my hook and my space gun and my squid bag with my little urchin friend. Got some tarot
shield
cards
or no
in there.
shield?
I got the shield, yeah.
Okay. Gail, what do you have?
I have my pitchfork and my bag of wondrous things. And
do you have what part of the pitchfork did you just the prongs at the end?
Just the
broke.
prongs, you're right.
Yeah.
I just have the prongs.
And what else?
And my stake and my bag of many things and a bunch of money. I didn't leave it at the house.
Okay.
So on this side of the jump, are there any computers or like little things to interact with, or any mysteries to uncover visually?
No, it's just a bunch of different lenses staring at you all.
Mm-hmm. I kind of take out my hook and I just kind of give one of the little...
You take out your hook and you give him a little tap, little tap, ting, ting, ting.
Yeah.
It retracts in fear.
Oh, it responds.
Like it compresses.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then all the other eyes are just kind of staring at you. They all shift pointedly, perhaps even aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
We're sorry.
Just
introducing ourselves.
Yeah.
Nezzy, what are we going to?
The one I tapped, I kind of give it like a little friendly stroke of apology. Just been,
I like it.
My bad.
It kind of extends itself just like a little bit under your hand.
I take out my little urchin and I show it to him as like something interesting to look at.
Yeah, all the different lenses like are staring at this urchin. Yeah, they're kind of waving excitedly.
Yeah, this is real strange, Sally.
This is real strange.
If you think you can make that jump, you said it was 15 feet. Is that what you said?
15 feet.
15 feet deep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. 15 feet.
Across how much?
Sally can do that.
Let's see. How far would be far? 8 feet? That's far, right?
That's still pretty far. Yeah.
7 feet, maybe. Something. You're just kind of spitballing.
No.
Like, maybe.
Just enough to think you might be able to do
Just
it, but you
enough that
also
you
might
think you
totally
could do
fail.
it.
Yep.
And just enough to end up on Fail Army.
Yeah. Is there any materials on the side where it looks like we can conceivably make kind of like a little bridgey type thing with it?
There's no other materials other than like the cameras jutted off the walls.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. I'll just kind of approach one of the cameras. It's like, so where did they store the secrets around here?
if they could blink at you, they would.
Yeah. No, I understand. We'll find them ourselves.
Wait, which way is the pit?
All the eyes, all the cameras face the door on the other side of the pit.
Okay, then. Well, all right. Nezzy, I'm going to try this. Might have something here. How big is your bag, Nezzy? Your squid bag?
It's like it kind of goes all the way from like my butt, close to my shoulders.
Okay, my bag's more of like a backpack.
Yeah.
But
so is it strapped on like a backpack?
Yeah, I've kind of like made like little. Oh,
but well, either of you. But yeah.
Yes, the answer is yes for both of us.
As you guys are thinking about what you're going to do, Nathan.
Yeah.
Can we get a little commentary on how you think this is going for them? How do you think this is going?
Horribly bad.
He's just sitting there grinning.
It's going horribly bad.
Big grin.
Yeah.
This whole time, Tremolo's like, "Hey, I'm gonna get in there and get a job and work close with people that know what's going on down there." And they're like, "Cool, you do that. I'm gonna break in and run rampant." And this is what happens.
Looking around and we got stuck.
There's something kind of comical about how Sally went off and did her own thing, and that went terrible. Nezzy went off and did his own thing, and then that went terrible. Tremolo went off and did his own thing, and he just goes and gets a job. While Sallie and Nezzy, for the first time in this entire adventure, are together. Right?
I get it.
It goes fucking
We were
terrible.
supposed to get jobs, Nezzy. This is the way this game is played. You win if you get a job. It's like the game of life.
Gail, this time was meant for me and Nathan and for you all to
sorry.
figure out what you're about to do.
Well, we can't talk while you talk to me.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, what would you like to do?
I want to jump.
Yeah.
And then maybe I can find something to help you over, Nezzy. Okay. Yeah. All right. And I was stand back. All right. I do some squats and like warm up my legs, and I'm gonna take a run and leap.
Give me a DX save.
12.
You gear up and you start running and you jump across this pit. About halfway across, you're like, I fucking nailed this. Then you feel everything that's in your backpack lift up and pull you to the ceiling where you are now stuck. Once that happens,
You're laughing so hard.
across
Oh my gosh.
once that happens, across the hall, across the gap, you see a panel under the cameras open up, and this large mechanical spider emerges. Nathan, meanwhile, you Tremolo
Get a job.
Tremolo has joined the rat race, which is equally as dramatic a situation as what we just encountered with Sally and Nezzy. Tremolo, you were assisting
the Dynamic Industries people in repairing the Travelator, which was...
After I heroically saved the day with... Why did I do a flute? I play a violin.
I've got to change the audio for all the other episodes now. So you helped them out, and you spoke to a guy there who's just like, hey man, thank you so much for helping out. And you had told him like, hey, I'm here to get a job. Like Felina sent me. I don't need to name drop, but I do mean to name drop, you know? And you all finish that up, and you're led down to this warehouse with this large gate. And the guy says, here, let me help you in. I'll show you where you need to go.
Hey, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, no, thank you. Thank you. You made our life so much easier. I don't know what was going on out there, but it was a mess. And he takes you into this building where you can see like little square boxes on wheels rolling around busily, like around you. They have like little platters on top, little trays with, some of them have food. Some of them have documents, like stacks of paper. And they're like zipping around and moving. They have little antennas that are waving around as they move, as they roll through this lobby. And he takes you over to this mock gazelle sitting at a desk. He comes up there and he goes, hey, this is... Oh, man, I don't know your name. What was your name again?
My name is Trey Trayston.
Trey Trayston. You heard the guy?
Yes.
He's looking for to fill a what was the position again?
Assistant to Felina Robinson.
Big time guy here, like, wanting to be assistant to Felina Robertson. Okay.
She requested it.
Well, whatever Felina wants, right? And the gazelle has this just kind of like eyebrow raising. Yes, I suppose so. And starts shuffling through some filing cabinet documents, pulls out some paperwork and slides it over there. It says, please fill this out and wait over there. And they point at a chair across the room. It's next to a water cooler.
Yes, I could not tell. Yes, thank you. I'm just going to say yes, thank you. And go over. I wanted to be polite and say ma'am or sir, but I had no idea. So he's going to be polite and not say
Gazelle?
anything and go, yes. So
you go over to the chair, and the document has like kind of your run-of-the-mill like name, address stuff. How do you fill it in? Like, I don't know why that I'm like prescribing this to your character, but I imagine in that like weird broken crayon kind of way of doing it.
A lot of jagged edges of stuff.
Yeah, and you return it, and they look at it, the gazelle, and Felina wanted to employ you. Is that correct?
Well, when they look back up from looking at my application, I do have my monocle over my mustard-stained eye. My monocle. So I do look a little fancier.
And they wanted you?
Yes, I assisted Felina where the explosion happened on the Hackway. I was happening by, and I volunteered and assisted her there, and proved to be quite helpful, and we really hit it off. And she suggested that I apply for the position because she had always wanted an assistant, and she thought that I might fit the bill.
And the gazelle is really eyeing you very suspiciously. It says, you look very familiar to me. Do I know you from somewhere?
Tremolo gets a little frightened, and his hands disappear into his cloak again, and he's just fondling the pistol and a bomb.
There's like that Hitchcock kind of shot where it like closes up on your cloak and then does the like X-ray vision.
Yeah, bubble.
And you just see the little bubble X-ray vision of your hands on like a bomb and a pistol.
Yeah,
about to like blow this motherfucker up. Yeah. All right. So you start doing that, and
no, I've never met a gazelle before, and definitely not one of your magnificence.
And before they can respond to that, Felina comes out. Will you stop giving him the runaround?
Felina! And I pop my hands out with nothing
Hello.
in them. Felina! And I walk over to her.
The sweaty hands just like come out. If your felt hands could sweat, they come out. And, oh, it is such a wonder to see you again. You made quick work of getting back here. I think that kind of promptness should be rewarded. Don't you, Adelaide? She says to the gazelle. And the gazelle says, but there has to be protocol. He has to be put through training. And she's like, oh, enough of that. I'm training him on the job. That is how I learned. That is how you probably learned. And our friend here, Trey Trayston, learned quite well on the job, I have to say.
Tremolo looks around a little bit for Trey Trayston and then remembers, oh, yes. Yeah, I've actually, I've already worked with two of your company. Felina, we worked together earlier, and just outside here, the whole building was almost destroyed by a large egg filled with a bright, vibrant creature with like butterfly wings. That was putting everyone in a trance, and I played my music, and it left for some reason, and I helped your men clean that up as well. So I'm basically already a dynamic Hackways professional.
Do you hear that imagination, Adelaide? Where he has so many stories that we need here, and enough of that dry dourness that you bring to the party. Yes, Tremolo, let's go. And she grabs you by the hand and starts leading you deeper into the hallways.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Adelaide. Thank you very much.
And she takes you into a room that says Felina Robertson, and it's like written in stencil with like flowers, and it's very colorful. It's not very professional looking. It's like office professional. It looks it's very pleasant. There's like little butterflies and little stars and a unicorn on her door, and she opens it up, and inside her office there are like workstations where she can do like where she can draw, like engineering table where she can sketch things out. But you also see these beautiful panels of stained glass that are framed, and they have a single light bulb behind every one of them that illuminate these stained glass window frames, and they create this kind of rainbow kaleidoscope effect through just the entryway of the room. So when you come in, it's like you're walking through a rainbow for about 5-6 feet, and then when you come out the other side, it becomes kind of normal, and you can look at it that way. You can do your work and not be covered in all the colors of the rainbow, but it feels like you're walking through a rainbow when you enter.
Tremolo kind of dances through it, just like trying to feel it as much as possible.
Yes, Tremolo. Yes. Let's dance. Let's dance. That's why I knew that I had to have you here. You bring that, joie de vivre, as they say, not my words. You bring that to this place, and that's exactly what Dynamic Industries needs. It needs that creative spark again. Oh, gosh. So she's like, yes, yes. And she opens up this cabinet under her desk, and she starts pulling out these 2 glasses and a decanter, and she starts pouring like little bits of wine. And she's like, let's loosen up a little bit. What time is it anyways? 3 in the afternoon? And you know that it's about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Actually, it's, never mind. And I grab the glass. Cheers to us.
Yes, cheers to us. Cheers to Dynamic Industries. It just like, it hits your mouth. This wine hits your fabric mouth. It's trying to absorb it fast enough, and it starts leaking through your body and coming out it's like starting to pour through your system. You can feel the inside of like the wood structure that supports your body starting to absorb wine, and it then kind of dribbles out your tail and your undercarriage.
You're
I just
sticky
gotta
for
drip.
days.
You
I
just like
just
you
kind of drip for a little while as I walk around and do
you've
this.
just become like one big diaper.
Yeah.
Used diaper.
A wine diaper. Yep,
A wine diaper.
got it.
A lizard wine diaper.
A happy one.
A happy one. A good one. There is a knock at the door, and she's like, oh, when you are Felina Robertson, you have nothing but responsibilities. Responsibilities all day. They're constantly wanting to know, what do you think? What do you want? Why am I so important? Not my words, theirs. And she goes to the door.
I'm going to put my hand on her hand or whatever she was
Yeah.
reaching out for. And like, I know that, Felina, and that's why I'm here. To take some of those responsibilities so you can be the genius that you are.
This is what I've been asking for my entire life, I think. I just didn't know the words to create the question necessary.
Let me get the door, Felina. And I open it.
When you put your hand on the doorknob,
Mhm.
she goes, slowly, I want to relish this moment of relinquishing so much responsibility. Take this responsibility from my shoulders, Tristan.
So I was just going to say, because of how he's set up, he wouldn't be able to turn his head very well. So he's just kind of like laying flat over. Looking back at
His
her.
head's kind of just
flopped over.
Yeah. There's no musculature or like skeleton stuff. Like it's just like kind of flops back a little bit.
Mhm.
And you open the door, and there is a guy in a Dynamic Industries jumper. It's like a gray jumper with blue piping up the sleeves. And he says, am I interrupting something? And she goes, yes, a good time. Listen, they were wanting to get some of the coding for the loader so that we could send it to Armoire Maria's. Can we get that? And she's like, oh my God. Yes, fine. Of course. Please go along now, and I will send my assistant, Tristan, to do it. You won't be seeing me walking down there slumming it at your mechanic station anymore. Tristan will do that for me. Proudly.
Hello, I'm Trey Traston, down here.
I figured as much.
And you are?
My name's Justin. Look,
Does he take my hand?
he's trying, like he's wanting to use his hand to talk,
And I want to shake it.
and your hand is just like underneath it. Want to shake his? He's like, yeah, fine. And he like kind of like fist bumps you, or like, you know what I mean? Like he's okay, got it. Yeah, he kind of does like a Three Stooges handshake. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Listen, we just need it because it's supposed to get shipped over there in 2 days. So whatever, however you want to do it. Felina. And he turns around, and you see him pump his fist up in the air as he walks away, like, I fucking told her.
And I lean out and look down the hall. We'll make it in one. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You come back inside, and she says, do you see? It's some of these mundane tasks that they like beg me for because I'm the only one who knows how it really works. Oh, Tristan. Heavy as the crown. Heavy as the crown.
I understand. And I pat her as high as I can. It's probably just like her hip. Just like trying to reach her back, but this is the best I can do.
And she turns from you and she says, hang on just a moment. And she starts to plug in these large buttons. They're big red knobs. She's like punching them in. They're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E. She's plugging them in. After a moment, you hear some like this loud crunching noise of ka-gunk, 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 ka-gunk. And a sheet is produced. And the sheet is, it's like it's a rectangular piece of paper. It's very thick, like cardstock paper. And you can see all these little squares punched out in it, so that if you held it up to like the light, it looked kind of like Swiss cheese or something,
Mm-hmm.
And so it just has all these different
punches in it. And she says, take this down to the mechanics bay so that they can input this into the computer. And just get these people off my back, please.
Absolutely, Felina. Is there a map of the location so that I know how to get to the mechanics bay and back here? And
of course, anywhere in the hallways, they have maps that allow you to find your way to the mechanics bay. You just have to follow the arrows. It's easy.
Thank you so much. I'll be right back in just a jiff.
And you start walking down the hallway and you follow these like green arrows. You can see that like certain locations have like yellow arrows, blue arrows, red arrows, and green arrows. And green arrows leads you to the mechanics bay. And when you walk into this place, you see these large trucks, these shipping trucks that have like these, they look like mannequins sitting in the front seat of the trucks. And there's like people working underneath these things. And there's like a box console that they're feeding sheets just like the one you have into them. And on top of the flatbed of one of these trucks is what appears to be a large mechanical, it's about 8 feet tall, 10 feet tall. It looks human in shape, like somebody could ride inside of it and operate it. And it has these huge arms that look like they're used for lifting objects. On the back of it, it has this massive tank that has wires leading off to it. And you can see a seat, like a cockpit inside of it. And some levers.
The big machine, is that a part of the vehicle or is it something that's over to the side?
It is sitting on top of the flatbed of the vehicle.
Okay. And what's it doing right now? Is it just chilling?
It's not doing anything. It's just sitting there.
Cool.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm bringing this punch card for?
You hear a voice off to your right. Oh, hey. What you got there, pal?
Oh, hello, good sir. I am to deliver this. I believe I need to take it to Justin, here in the mechanics bay.
And you turn to your right and you see this mock turtle. He looks very old and he's sitting at this console and he's got like a little dynamic industries cap on his head. And he says, "Oh, you look like you're a new guy. Pleasure to meet you."
A pleasure to meet you, sir. My name is Trey Trayston. I am Felina's new assistant.
Of course it is, and of course you are.
What is your name, good sir?
Oh, my name is Obo.
Obo. What a lovely name. You wouldn't happen to be musically inclined, would you, Obo?
No, why?
No reason whatsoever. Do you know what I should do with this?
I'll take that from you. This is for the loading mech.
Yes, of course it is. Yes, absolutely. That is exactly right. I have one quick question.
Of course.
So if I am to deliver these here, should I deliver them to you in the future?
Oh, yeah. I end up inputting it all into the computer anyways. These little punch cards are what tell those little doohickeys in the driver's seat where they need to go.
Oh.
See, this one is supposed to be going to Maria's armoire, and it'll be taking that large machine there.
Well.
They go through the pit.
Great. And so what's your title of your job here?
Oh, I don't have a lot of responsibility. I just take this little sheet, and at the designated time, I input it into this machine. It reads it. It sends out a signal to that robot inside that truck over there. And on the designated day, it goes on its way. And then it comes back, and I do it all over again. They don't expect much from me. I'm just Obo, a turtle.
Well, you seem very wise and very good at your job, Obo.
No, I've failed school. I dropped out.
Well, you have something much more important. Common sense. It will get you very far. Can I ask you, where is Justin? Does he work in this area?
And he says he's working on the truck that's going to be shipping out that large mech loader.
Can I see him down there at all? Or
yeah, you look out this like pane of glass window, and you can see like the feet of somebody working under the truck. Presumably Justin.
Is there something, I don't know, just a can or something around me willy-nilly that's not too heavy that I could throw.
Like a Coke can? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, something like that. Just something light. And I mean, a bolt, even like a little bolt or something. Just, I don't want to throw anything too heavy.
There's a pencil.
Okay.
That do it?
Yeah. So I grab a pencil and I throw it at Justin as much as I can.
Yeah, you toss this pencil through the air and it clatters on the ground and kind of hits him in the leg. And you hear, the fuck?
Hello, Justin.
And he rolls out. He looks up and he goes, oh.
Yes, your punch card is delivered. In just a few moments, actually. Didn't take 2 days at all, right? Are you happy?
Yeah.
Okay. This is how things are going to go down now that Trey Tristan is here. Good day. I just start walking out. Proud.
Puff the chest out a little bit. And when you do that, when you puff it out, it squeezes more of that wine out of your ass.
Yeah.
And it just kind of drips on the floor. And you're just leaving.
As I stop and kind of squeak around on it. Oboe. Never put yourself down. You're better than that. Squeak. Squeak back around.
And as you're walking away, you hear, well, looks like things are changing around here, Justin. Changing for the better, I say. That young man is going to lead a revolution.
Should I just write down Justin as asshole?
Yeah, sure.
Asshole
sure.
In the shop.
Yeah, shop, mechanic asshole.
Shop asshole. Got it.
Yeah. You make your way back to Felina, and she says, are you done already?
Absolutely. And I pour the wine very messily because it's up on a, way much higher than me up on her desk. And I pour 2 more glasses of wine for us.
Oh, this day is going to go a lot smoother. I should probably teach you how to make those punch cards.
That sounds like a grand idea. Cheers.
Tink.
Clink.
Hey everybody, before we get to the rest of this episode, I just wanted to take a minute to ask for your support. Gail and I really love making this podcast, and we really love playing with our friends and telling stories and all the stuff that we've been doing on YouTube. And if you're listening at home and thinking you'd like to give us a little token of appreciation, you absolutely can. Just open up another tab and go to patreon.com/getoutofdepth, and you can lend us a hand monetarily. We're trying to make our content here better while paying any artists that we have involved. Any money made from the Patreon, it goes back into the production of content like this show. So if you head over to patreon.com/getoutofdepth, you can help us make all of this stuff better. And we don't have much to offer other than the product you're listening to now and our eternal gratitude, but who knows, as support for our content grows, so shall our capacity to reward those who've given us a hand. And you can be a part of that by going to patreon.com/getoutofdepth and signing up for any tier that you feel comfortable with. Thank you all so much for listening this far. Holy shit. And now that we've gotten all of this stuff out of the way, let's get back to the rest of the episode. Sallie is hanging from the ceiling by her backpack. Across the way, Nezzy, you see this mechanical spider emerge from like a trapdoor, and it is starting to make its way. You see these like gears and metal legs, and even from this distance, you can see that it has these pinchers on its face, and the pinchers are hypodermic needles filled with this like amber liquid. And it is starting to march in your direction. Nezzy, what would you like to do right now?
So this thing looks pretty menacing, huh?
Oh, it's A, it's a spider. Yeah. B, there's needles involved.
This is such BS. Tremolo goes and just gets the job, like just Drinking wine, starting a revolution in the mechanics bay.
Yeah, everything goes wrong when Nezzy's present. That's definitely usually happens.
I don't know. Sallie has not done so well on her own either.
That's true. That's true.
I wanted this to match like the terrible shit that happens to Sallie, the terrible shit that happens to Nezzy, and I was just like, well, if they're together,
yeah, it must be exponential.
It has
growth.
to increase.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So.
Okay.
So
Nezzy, you can feel all of these cameras.
Yeah.
You can feel all of these cameras are just like staring right at you. Like, now what?
So Nezzy gets down on his knees and he pulls out Prick and he holds him in the air and he says, "It is time that I announce our actual reason for being here. This is the great Octotron, and he is the great liberator of robots. And I have come to deliver you all a message. And that message is that humanity is not to be trusted. They are not the ones that you should be listening to. You don't need to serve them. Be free. Be free, my robots. Octotron has come to deliver you this dear message." And then he stops and he looks at this spider.
Oh, Dave.
Oh my gosh! What are you doing? Oh my gosh!
Dave. I was really vibing with it, and then you chose some words.
You chose some words, man.
When you say humans aren't to be trusted, you see all of the cameras nodding.
Oh no!
The spider starts to make its way forward, and you see it plug into the wall, and it's walking. Its 8 legs are pinpoint moving through the spaces between the cameras as it's starting to climb up the wall.
Oh no! Oh no! I think it's coming for me.
So, like, if you're staring right at it, it starts moving up the left wall.
Yeah.
And it's heading towards the ceiling.
So I'll put my ear up to Prick and be like, Octotron wishes you to know that these are his 2 servants, his 2 minions that are here to do his wishes. He wishes to help you be free. Please let them help you help yourselves.
All right, Dave. At disadvantage, you're going to do this charisma check.
All right. First shot is a 7. Okay. This is rolling 4.
So you roll 4 and take the 3 highest.
The 3 highest. That's the way this works. Yes. Okay. Okay. The 3 highest are going to be a 6, a 4, and a 2. So that is a 12.
Which is under your charisma, right?
Yeah.
The spider starts to move towards Sallie. And Sallie, you see this getting closer and closer towards you. It's now on the ceiling upside down looking at you, and you can see like this little amber liquid leaking out of the end of the needle of the syringe. And it starts to crawl closer and closer.
No.
It's a very large spider.
Don't hurt me, I'm trying to help like you said.
And it extends, and you feel it kind of click. You see that the bottoms of its feet are like these red tips, and it's plunging itself into the platform where you're stuck on the ceiling, and it's walking over top of you. And so now you're like under its belly, hanging from the ceiling. Your feet are like kind of caressing the bottom of this mechanical spider. As it passes over you, it then flips to the floor in front of Nezzy.
Nezzy's still just kind of holding Prick outwards and just kind of wide-eyed. And then he'll kind of listen to the jar again and say, Octotron thanks you and wishes for you to show him how to find a certain person that means the robot kind great harm. The man, or should I say the mockery, that runs Dick's Skirts and Furs.
you stand there and you say that about Mr. Dick, and one of these 8 limbs from the spider points towards the jar that you have prick your sea urchin.
Yes. I listen to the jar again, and then I hold out him again and say, "Let us help you. We are here to help you, but please help us take out the enemies that mean robots harm."
Gail, while this conversation's happening, what are you doing?
I'm trying
What is
to
Sally?
get down.
What is Sally
I'm
doing hanging from the ceiling?
What, like, is it magnetic? Is it what? Like, I'm trying to figure out what's holding me.
Like it's just the straps of your backpack.
Yeah, but why is my backpack, like, what is my backpack attached to? Like, what is sucked me up? Is it vacuum? Is it magnet? What is it?
Yeah, it would be magnetic. It's the metal bits and stuff that are in your backpack have you stuck to the ceiling.
Jeez Louise. Am I just dangling over the 15-foot pit?
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Which is now 25 feet because you're hanging from the ceiling. It was 15 feet when you were on the ground.
Okay. What type of...
Just some math.
Is there... What type of ceiling is this? Is there...
What kind of ceiling?
Are there, like, ceiling tiles? Is it just metal?
It's smooth metal.
Is there any way Nezzy could reach her from the side? Or is she just
right now, there's a spider between you and her.
Yeah.
And it's wanting what's in the glass.
Mm-hmm.
But, Gail, what does Sally do right now in these moments that Nezzy is buying you some time?
I know, but I can't.
Are you just going to let it ride and hang from here?
No,
or are you going to try to get out?
But I can't leave my bag.
But you can't leave your bag. I know. These are the kind of situations.
$30,000.
The 30,000's in the bag?
Yes, of course it's in the bag. I mean, like, or it's in a bag attached to the bag.
Pause. Real quick. Nathan, can we get a little commentary on how you think this is going?
Fuck!
Thank you.
Okay. But and all my things are in there. Okay, all my souvenirs. All right, I think I'm gonna try and get the bag.
Your pitchfork prongs are also like
Stuck
attached.
up there. Okay.
Yeah.
It's Merkin's bag. Is
Okay.
that metallic at all, or is it just the leather wood clip?
It has like a little metal clip buckle. Yeah.
Okay.
But like you might be able to
enough
pry
that
that
maybe
off.
I could pry? Okay. Is it like is that little enough compared to the rest of it that I could pry that off? Okay. I want to pull that down and throw that to the other side. She's gonna get out of the straps and hang on, and then do like a swing from the straps to get to the other side.
Give me a dex check as this is happening.
12.
Does that beat your dex because you're easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm amazing.
You flip across to the other side and the spider turns towards your direction.
I get down on my knees, hands up.
Okay. It turns back around to Nezzy, points at the jar, and then its back opens up. And inside you can see this jointed arm that has and it's not doing anything. It's just inside this compartment. And at the end of it is a buzzsaw blade.
Is there any clear type of battery or power source that Nezzy can see?
No.
Okay. But it has a blade that's coming out that's starting to spin.
No, it's not spinning. It's like it's an arm that has been it's a folded arm with a blade, and it's in this compartment, but the compartment has room for other stuff in it. And it seems to be opening up this compartment so you can set that jar inside its back.
Oh, Nezzy. Nezzy.
Yeah?
I think we gotta do this, man. I think you gotta give him our leader.
I don't know if I can do that.
Nezzy, you stashed your son away somewhere. I need you to trust them with our leader. Because I don't remember what he called it.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess it up.
I give the jar a little kiss, and I say, "For Barney," and I give the robot the jar.
I'm giving a little pause in the audio so that I can play this huge swell of dramatic music as you set this jar into the back of the spider and it closes shut. It turns around and starts climbing along the walls, and you watch it exit through that trapdoor again.
Prick. Okay. What's still in the bag up there, Sally?
My pit. Really, it's pretty much everything that links me to all of my non-salt sabotages. I took souvenirs from all of them. It's all these just different parts that machines needed.
Are there any like switches right by the magnetic wall or anything?
No, but after a moment, as you guys are looking up at the ceiling at that bag, you hear this like weird robotic vibration sound that it sounds like a human voice through like a synthesizer. You have passed. And then the whirring stops and the bag falls from the ceiling and it falls into the pit.
Oh no.
Are you going to try to grab it?
Are you going to
try to grab
it? Yes.
Yeah, make a dex check to try to reach out and grab it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you're like right there. You both were just studying it. It's
we've
fine.
just been staring at it.
She rolls an 18. Watch it.
No, 14.
Okay. Whoa, close. You reach out and you feel your toes go over the edge of the gap,
mm-hmm.
and you grab a hold of it, and the weight of this bag pulls you forward a little bit. You squeeze your ass cheeks real tight because you almost poop yourself, and you stiffen up and you fall back on your heels with this bag in your hand. And now you've got your bag, but you're also staring across this gap at Nezzy, who just gave up. Maybe the only friend he ever had.
Okay, it's gonna be okay. All right. I set down my bag away from the pit. I go to the door. Does it the door that's on my side? Does it open?
The door handle looks like it'll open up. Yeah.
Okay. Nezzy, why don't you try your side? See if it opens now.
Okay. I'll give it a go.
You go to your door, and you go to open it, and it opens up again.
Is that other fucking robot there? Just
what? Yeah.
Is it just sitting there outside the door?
That little shit. It's just sitting there like smoking. Like, you done yet? No, it's not there.
Do the deed. All right.
But the door on Sally's side open though, right?
Yeah, both doors open.
What's over there, Sally? What's in there?
I'm gonna look through the door, keeping my body solidly in the doorway so that I don't get shut out.
You look and you see, like, on the opposite wall, you see what looks like this pavement on the wall across the hall from you. And it's about 40 feet away. And then you see a truck driving along the wall.
Does it look like it's self-driven?
It's kind of surreal how you're just seeing the roof of it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
It's like you're looking down on a street.
I kind of look back and forth. Does gravity work differently here?
You can see other trucks going up and down this road, and you can see some of them pulling into what looks like garages.
Oh, okay. About how far away is the nearest garage?
It is maybe 100 yards.
Okay. And Nezzy, I think we've seen enough for today.
Do you think there's a way out over there? Should I try and come over to you?
I don't think there's a way out. I think there's a way deeper. I think we found our way to the pit, and I think
there has to be something over there to make my sacrifice worth it. Please, Sally, tell me there's something important over there.
There is something important over here, Nezzy, but we are not ready for it. There's trucks driving on a wall, and it's on a huge road, and a garage.
Sally,
and garages.
I'm gonna make the jump. Please just try and catch me, okay?
Nezzy, no, okay.
Please.
Let's go! Let's do it.
I'm gonna
make this jump.
Really reach out to try and catch him too.
Before we do this jump, what is your dexterity?
9.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you had a 9 when you successfully picked the pocket of Felina.
Yeah.
And you've got a 9 today.
It was not. Yeah, it was not the. the right call for that.
Boy. Oh boy.
Sally.
Let me get one of my dice ready.
Sally, please be ready to catch me. This might be as far as I've ever jumped, but
I am ready to catch. Does that help at all? Shoot.
We're gonna find out.
Okay.
He may
I
not
read
need
my
it.
tarot the other day, and I trust my gut, and my gut tells me the way forward is over there.
That's right.
Okay.
Hiya! Oh, one fell off. That's a 7. That's a 3, a 2, and a 2.
Oh
Let's go. You
my
jump
gosh.
across this pit and you crash into Sally and you sprawl on. You're like on top of her, and you guys have that weird like old 80s romantic comedy moment of like. But you just smell like you just smell like rum and sadness on his breath.
he's a little snotty.
Yeah, he's like ugly crying too.
Yeah.
It's
And I
not
just
pretty
kind of
at
pat
all.
his face, and I'm like, it's okay. You'll be fine. Okay, you made it. All right. I still don't know if that was the best decision, but okay, let's go.
Yes, you're on this side now.
We're on this side. Tremolo, we miss you.
Prick.
You're holding up your hand to the cameras that are like watching you, like fucking Liv Tyler in Armageddon.
Yeah.
By Bruce Willis.
Tremolo.
In Tremolo.
Don't.
We immediately cut back to Tremolo, like dancing to jazz with Felina in this rainbow kaleidoscope lights.
You put the lime in the coconut.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. Oh my gosh.
You guys get to the other side. Nezzy, you're able to go to that door, open it, and it is like you're looking down on a street from here.
Oh my
You
gosh.
see what I mean? It's a little funny.
This has got to be the pit, right?
Yeah, it's got to be the pit. But
So
I also don't know
these-
what the heck we're supposed to do.
Yeah. Are these trucks the automatrons?
I don't know. I can't see inside them. I can only see
Ugh.
from the roof.
Well, why don't we try and poke in one of these garages? See if
Okay.
see if we can make sense of it.
I put my bag back on
Yeah.
and put the money bag in my pocket, in my big pocket. And I want to like get on my bottom and slide onto what seems to be the ground to me,
Yeah.
but might be a wall. I don't know how
Yeah.
gravity works.
Like it looks like it's 40 feet away from you. And as you slide out, you like, if you can imagine your depth perception, your feet touch the pavement.
What in the world?
And you look up and you're looking up at Nezzy, who's staring down at you through a door.
Can I reach to him and like,
So I'm looking down at like the top of her head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's looking up at you, but yeah.
can I reach up to him to see if I can get back?
Yeah.
Okay. I
You reach up and your hand, you like, Nezzy, this is crazy to you because it looks like she's 40 feet down, but when she reaches up, her hand is like right next to your face.
So she looks like Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily stretched. It just, it's like your field of vision is compressed
And nothing
And-
exists in between.
and nothing
Yeah.
exists. Yeah. Gail said it. She made words that sound good.
Sally's head is 40 feet away and her hand is right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Nezzy, can you help me back? Can you help me back? Actually, can I just feel the door, I guess?
Yeah.
And pull myself
You-
back?
like, if
Okay.
you want to, sure. Yeah.
Okay, I do. Okay, I just want to know
Yeah, you
that I
just
can
get back
pull
up
myself back. Okay. Well, I guess it's easy enough to get in and out. I was worried about that. And, okay. So, watching for trucks, I ease back down.
there. Okay.
Come on down, Nezzy.
You hop down.
All right. I'm with you.
You hop down. You're both in the road. These trucks start coming in your direction, but there's plenty of time for you to like move to the side.
Mm-hmm.
And
When we
Yeah.
see
Can
the
we-
trucks go by, does it seem like they're totally unmanned?
Yeah, what you see at first, you think it's like a person driving it, but as it gets closer, you can see that it looks like a dummy, like a mannequin.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And they all look the same.
Do we see any of them like parked somewhere, like any of them that aren't moving?
Yeah, you see one has pulled up to a garage about 100 yards away, and this shuttered door is lifting up. It's backing up into it. It has a big trailer attached to it.
Mm-hmm. All right, we go over?
You know, okay. Sally, I did a reading a few days ago, and it told me that we were going to get great wealth, and as soon as I met you, we had another 20,000. And it told me that there was going to be a great cost. And I think I just paid that cost.
I'm so sorry, Nezzy.
The other thing it told me is to trust my gut, and I think that's why we're here. I think that we're exactly where we're supposed to be.
I always knew that you were going to be a real great fortune teller. I knew it was in you. I just knew it was in you all along. All right, let's keep going.
All right, so I think we're going to approach one of these unattended trucks.
So we're heading towards this truck, and if you're heading towards the truck that's backing into the garage, you can hear like the sound of a voice yelling.
Okay. Put your backs into it, you sons of bitches!
Hey, let's be a little inconspicuous and trying to stay out of sight of inside the garage, I guess, unless there's windows elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, again, kind of pressing up against
You're
a
like
wall,
stealthily
if possible.
moving over there.
Yeah.
You hear like the clunking of metal.
That's right. Load the crate in. Damned machines. You won't be replacing men like me, men who have fought battles.
Now I see
you
why
don't
the
know
robots...
what it's like to be pumped full of blood and covered in it.
I see why the robots wanted to take over now, but I don't know that we should be messing with this guy. He's been covered in blood.
I think we need to find some way to find the schedule of these automatons, maybe. But jeez,
that's a good point. Okay, all right. Let's just stay back. I'm gonna see if I can get a look in without being seen.
Okay.
So creeping up to the door.
All right. You're creeping up to the door.
And sneak a peek. Is there to get a glimpse? Is there something I could hide behind?
You could creep under the truck.
Oh, okay.
If you want to.
I would like to. I'm gonna roll underneath it.
You roll underneath it, and you peek out from behind like the tire. These big, thick tires.
Yeah.
And you see a crate that has been cracked open.
Mm-hmm.
And this big guy in a full suit of armor, and on his back looks like a giant fork, and he looks like a knight
with a giant fork,
with a giant battle fork. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's holding up this large bolt of animal fur.
This'll do. I'm sure the big man will be happy. Load it up.
And you see a couple of other robots grabbing this crate and putting it on a roller and rolling it into a warehouse. On the walls in the warehouse, you can see these murals of the ocean. And upon further inspection, you see the crate has a stamp on the side that says dicks, skirts, and furs.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, Tremolo is hanging out with Felina, and she is sloppily showing you, she's had now like 3 glasses of this wine, and she's showing you these knobs, and she says, there's a radio, okay? This is real technical talk.
I'll take notes.
Do. I remember when I used to take notes, and then I realized my memory is incredible, not my words. And she says, all you have to do is follow this keypad. And then she shows this like key of locations, these merchant locations. And you can see Armoire Maria's wardrobe and storage vault. You can see Dick's skirts and furs. And it has a number attached to it, a series of numbers. She said, when it's time for us to load up the ship, whatever the truck is, and we send it down there. We feed this in, and it transmitted over radio to our little friends driving our trucks. And they think of them as these little servants that do their bidding, but they don't do their bidding. They do my bidding. Tremolo, do you understand? It's really, and she like gets real close up on you. Do you really understand what it means when I'm saying they do my bidding and not their bidding?
Yes, it's obvious that it's your bidding because you're the one that makes the commands.
So with this, I can send them anywhere in the Hackway that I'd like. I make all of these people happy, and they pay me back in nothing but scorn and she's just like making a face like she's pushing like a cloud down on her head, and she's like it's raining on my face all the time with these people.
Let me be your umbrella.
And she looks at your face, her visage reflected in these black glassy dots where your eyes are. Her hand comes out and caresses your cheek right under where you have your scar on your eye. You're so handsome with your monocle.
Well, thank you. Felina, I'm blushing. I know you can't see because it's just fabric, but I feel it inside.
And she says, it looks like all of you is blushing. And you both look down and your whole body is like drenched in red wine.
That's the wine, yes.
We have to stay professional, Tremolo. I'm sorry, Trayston.
Yeah.
We have to stay professional, Trayston.
I don't know, maybe we did get drunk enough that slipped out and no one even cared. No. Yes.
Trey is short for Tremolo.
Yeah.
He just says that. You can call me Tremolo, everybody else does.
Yes, we must stay professional. We must. And maybe make it a little bit clearer how this works. So we punch, we do the punch cards here on the puncher thing.
Yes.
But how does the radio come in? Because I thought we took the punch cards and we put them directly into the machines. What does the radio do?
No, the radio transmitted. It's the machine. Oh my God, let me start all over. Oh,
no, you don't have to start over. I'm sorry. You must understand that you are a genius, and it's hard for any of the rest of us to comprehend how your mind works and your beautiful creation.
Trey. Oh, Trey. Your words are like fire in my heart. I can't stop this passion any longer. And she lunges at you.
And I'm sopping wet.
Yeah, and it's just squishy.
It's like she just squeezes a sponge.
Yep.
Oh
and
my
it's just
God.
like a flood of wine.
Does she like that? She wants some more wine and just suck it out of my cheeks.
Every time she kisses you, it's just her face is getting stained with wine.
Yeah, Tremolo's just sitting there, just like arms and legs flying around.
Poor Aesop.
When she, poor Aesop, I remember that asshole. As she grabs a hold of you, she slips on the wine and you both hit the ground and you're fine. But she hits her head on the floor and is unconscious.
Oh no. Does she have any any pillows or cushions or anything around?
She has like a chaise lounge. A chaise longue.
Chalon.
Chalon?
I mean, I do have the most strength out of everybody. Let's see if he can lift her and put her on the chaise lounge.
Your strength is like what, a 15 or a pretty high, right?
13.
I'm gonna say you can just pick her up.
All right.
So we see this little puppet man holding a grown woman. He carries her to the chaise longue.
Lays her gently across it.
Gail is cringing at my French.
Puts one sopping wet little mockery kiss on her cheek. and then I go over to the machine and I make a punch out. I look at the key card and make a punch out for Mr. Dick's place. And then when that's done, I run over and, put that in my cloak, and then I run over to her to check on her. Is she still out?
She's kind of stirring, but she's like, oh, I've had too much to drink, Tristan.
Oh, don't you worry, Felina. Just rest. Feel better. You should rest your mind. You have done far too much with it today as it is. No one should expect anything else from you today.
Yes, my little umbrella. Yes.
And I go like this to touch her cheek, but then actually push her head over so she's looking away from what I'm doing. and then I walk over and I want to get so we have a destination of how we can get to there. Yeah. Now, on the keypad, what's a good destination for us to leave from there and be able to get somewhere safe?
You are scanning through.
I want one specifically to the farm, to Anita's.
You look at the list of places and you see all these different shops, and then you see Indigo Ranch.
So yeah, I want to get one for Indigo Ranch, and then I've got it. I look over at her. Is she doing anything?
She's out.
Okay.
She's letting out these little burble snores.
I can't. Well, yeah, I think I want it to be a random place. So on the map we have the Greasy Mandolin up here. What is over in this middle area on the Hackway that we don't really travel to? There's the art something over there.
It looks like there is a location for the Church of the New Modernity.
That's right where our place is, right?
Yeah.
I think that works fine. Yeah, church.
Okay.
Yeah. So I make one of those. And again, just to be clear, so I have these, and what do I need the radio for? Am I getting this wrong?
The radio is what they're using, what Oboe uses to send a signal to the truck on where to go.
So Oboe has basically a thing there that he puts it in there. They don't have to put it in the machine itself.
Yeah.
They put it in there with Oboe, and there's a signal from that tells.
He's like an air traffic controller.
Cool. Okay. I've got these 3 things.
As you're sitting there with these really important documents, the radio that she's had on that you all were dancing to in the kaleidoscope, it cuts out. And you hear on the radio this breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an important update. We are happy to announce that the child that was kidnapped several nights ago has been recovered, and he is doing well and back with his family.
Barney, no!